Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you guys here. Today is the 3rd of April, 2020. It's a Friday. TGIF, guys. Anyway, that doesn't really hold much power right now because nobody's working. It's only TGIF if you're working, you're getting a weekend off and you can have a barbecue or something like that. Nobody's working. Or hardly anybody's working. There's a few people working. So I should say TGIF, to the police forces and medical workers and the people who are the essential services, who are providing the people in the grocery stores, and the people that are providing food for us and water for us and electrical service, the people who are providing the power, keep the power, and also the infrastructure and the cable service that keeps our internet running and everything else. These people are essential services and they are up and running. So TGIF, guys. Anyway, listen. I'm going to state some facts here for you guys. This virus that's out there right now has the potential to kill 1% of the population. And if you take a look at America with 330 million, it's not real hard math to figure that's about 3 million people. It has that potential. But there's something out there that has a higher potential. And that's if there's some sort of a disruption caused by, say, people who, what do you call it? I'm trying to think of the name of it. Civil unrest were to erupt. And if it were to be to the point that it couldn't be controlled by the National Guard or, say, the military, it was beyond that, what that would cause is it would cause a breaking of the just-in-time delivery. And those people who are providing essential services, keeping the power running, keeping the systems up in place, essential service providers and stuff, they wouldn't be able to do their job effectively. This can present a potential that is much more devastating than what the virus poses. Because here's the facts, guys. The virus does have the potential. I'm going to say up to 1% of the population. And that's devastating. But what would be more devastating is you cannot live without food for more than a few weeks, especially all the people that live in the major metropolitan areas, which is the vast majority of the population. You cannot live without water for more than 72 hours without fresh water to drink. And you have to understand that if these things are cut off, and civil unrest, it would be the last thing that we actually need right now. But if these things were to be cut off, then, just like that movie, The Big Lebowski or whatever, he says, you're in for a world of pain, and this is the size of it. So we are in a situation right now where the whole world is basically boxed in. We're boxed in, and when you're boxed in, you got to remain calm, or you're not going to get out of that situation without it being absolutely devastating. I would liken it to a guy if he got buried alive. He's only got a certain amount of air. He's buried down underneath the ground. He's only got a certain amount of air there. If he panics, he's going to use up all of his air. And he's never going to get up above the ground. That's it. He's done. And panicking would be the same thing. It's like people going just crazy, and looting and civil unrest sort of thing. That would be like a guy panicking that's buried alive. But if he keeps his head and he's calm about it, there is a chance that he could maybe smash out of the box that he's in, kick it with his feet or something, and dig his way out, dig his way up and his way out of that situation. If he remains calm and doesn't use up all of his oxygen, doesn't panic. This is the way with the world right now. This virus has cornered us, and you know, you got to remain calm. But this is a very dangerous situation. It could escalate out of control very rapidly. So anyway, I wanted to bring that up to you guys, the potential there. And anyway, let's get right into it, and let's start the charts right here and take a look at what's going on. The first thing is I'm keeping a record of what's happening with the prices of everything, but it's all being controlled right now by the central banks. And we're looking at 16.16 for gold. Let's take a look at silver today. 14.39. But you know, the gold and silver price now is separated from the paper price. This is the paper price. This is the price for SLV and GLD. If you want to buy that garbage, you know, if you decide to take delivery and buy this stuff right now, honest to gosh, I'm going to tell you what. It's they're going to settle with paper, so they're going to pay you in dollars, you know, and that's what's going to happen with this. The COMEX is right now, physical metals right now are hard to obtain right now, and they're going to get a lot harder to obtain. And for the people that have them, they're not going to be wanting to sell, because very soon in our near future, I think you're going to see the price start to go up and up and up and up and up. And, you know, when you got something and the rest of the entire paper phony financial system starts to go down in what you can purchase with the stuff, and at the same time you hold something that's real and tangible in your hand and it's going up, well, this is the beginning now of this elevator up to the moon for precious metals. And there's another elevator on its way down to hell, and that is the elevator that's got the paper, all this paper that they're printing endlessly to try to find their way out of this situation. All that paper is chasing goods and services that are very limited in supply. So when you limit supply of something, price goes up. And on the other side of that coin, you got them central banks printing like crazy, like it's going out of style, trying to control this situation. And so we're going to see prices explode on almost everything. You hear this talk out there right now about price gouging. You know, people charging too much for this and that and everything else. This is going to be the tendency. If you have something that everybody wants and it's in short supply, why aren't you going to raise your prices on it? You just going to give it away? Let them have it for the old price before there was a limited supply? You know, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, this is at the top of the list right here, gold and silver, for limited supply, because there's going to be tremendous demand upon it, because people want to have something they can hold in their hand that represents value, real money, God's money. They want to have it. They want to have something that they can hang on to that they know is going up in value. You know, when they see the paper physical currencies, these currencies, not physical. Well, actually, cash is a physical currency. You can actually hold it in your hand. But it's going to go down with the value of all the other fiat currencies. Anyway, okay, 14.38 for silver. Let's take a look now at cryptocurrencies, and you know what? They've started to move up too. They're catching a bid. 186 billion for the market industry, and almost $7,000 for Bitcoin, 6,981, and it's going up right now. So it's going to crack the 7,000 mark, I'm pretty sure, pretty soon for Bitcoin. Let's take a look now at the stock market. And it looks like it's down 26 points on the day. So the stock market's fairly stable today. 21,386. It's stable on all that funny money that they're printing right now. But as this situation escalates, it's going to be harder and harder for them to keep that stock market up above 18,000. They've put their marker in, the Fed has, and they're going to try everything that they can to keep it up above 18,000. I could see it start to slide back down toward 18,000 and force their hand into bigger, heavier stimulus measures than they have in place right now. Bigger. I know you guys think, hey, you know what? These are tremendous, like $2 trillion stimulus and everything that they're doing, and all this support of the repo market and everything else that they're doing in the trillions. They're not counting in the billions anymore. Now they're counting in the trillions. It can get bigger. It can get a lot bigger if they need to keep this market up above 18,000. Let's take a look now at crude oil. 27.42. Wow, crude oil's really taking a move to the upside. Just yesterday or the day before, it's down near $20. Now it's 27.42. So crude's moving up again in price. That's quite a big move to the upside for crude. Let's take a look now at U.S. Treasuries. U.S. Treasuries. We got the long end of the yield curve falling, the short end falling, and the middle of the yield curve is going up. But the moves are not significant today. We're looking at 1.23 on the U.S. 30-year, and the 10-year is at 0.58. Now let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index. 100.72, but it's being compared mostly against the euro, and the euro's not doing that good, not doing that great, So, I mean, it's all got to do about what you're comparing it against. This doesn't mean the dollar's purchasing power. The dollar's purchasing power is going to be starting to really, really take a beating on what you can actually buy with your dollars. I mean, you're going to go in to Walmart next time you go in there, and the shelves are going to be half empty, or maybe even 3/4 empty, and the few things that they do have left to buy, you're going to think you're in Neiman Marcus. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to this show. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.